Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Divine Journey. So today we're going to be picking right back up where we left off last episode at the to be continued mark. So just a heads up, if I make mention of ending the episode at the beginning of the episode, just ignore that. That's because I thought it was about wrapping up point, and actually I had over recorded. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and get started with what we're going to be working on today. What is this? A rainbow. It doesn't really seem to be aggressive. Oh, whoa! Okay. It wasn't aggressive, and then I smacked it, and it killed me. Oh, let me grab my torches. Because I forgot to take those with me, and we definitely need them. I can't, we're getting into dark areas. I can't see anything. Like, honestly, most of the stuff from Divine RPG, it's been so long since I've played with Divine RPG that I don't even remember half this stuff. To be sure. Oh no! Chupacabra! And then the rainbow killed me. Oh my gosh. Let me get just a sword to take down there with me, because I'm gonna have to, like, kill this stuff to get to my stuff. I don't know if the rainbow just is always aggressive to me, or if it's all due to the fact that I attacked it. But I see some kind of entity, I want to kill it naturally, right? I just want to, like, stab it. Plus it makes really cool sounds, and it's really, really pretty, so I have to kill it. Okay, there we go. And actually, Chupacabra flesh, whoa. Okay, I don't think it was trying to attack me, because whenever I attacked it, it was like, okay, this is business. Then it attacked me, like, pretty severely. So maybe if I go down there and I leave it alone and just kind of, like, let it do its ding-dong dinging thing. Oh my gosh, are you serious? That is the last thing that I need right now. No, don't come over here. Let me go this way. No! See, I don't think it's after me. I think it's just accidentally hitting me. Okay, many deaths later. I'm just going to make a pick, and I'm just going to kind of dig over there and then grab my stuff, I think. Because that rainbow, like, he gets really aggressive if I hit him. For the most part, he just kind of, like, does his own thing, but he keeps, like, standing near my bodies. My gravestones, and I can't get over there. And this guy is about on my last nerves, too. There we go. He's dead. Oh, it looks like the rainbow moved on or something. That means I can have my stuff back. So basically I made that pick for nothing, pretty much, but that's fine. Okay, let me sort this back out. And we got that chupacabra meat, scaly flesh that oozes with blood. Eating it raw can cause terrifying hallucinations. But honestly, cooking this stuff, it actually restores a lot of health. I mean, a lot of hunger. That's one thing, Lycanites mobs has amazing, amazing food. There's something, looks like another, yep, another chupacabra right down there. Awesome. Now you better believe we're going to kill him for the meat. Oh no. Not you. There we go. Okay, vanilla picks work on them. For some reason the Tinker's Construct picks do not work on those guys. I think we've got pretty much everything we came for, which is mainly gold. I am going to light this area up. Looks like we got a spider spawner back there. And I do want to kill that bat because we're going to need wool of bat. It's going to be a while before we need it because witchery is like super late game. No, I don't want cave spiders. No! Okay, I'm going to leave that spawner alone for right now. I really don't need to be messing with it. And let me remove some of these death markers. I think altogether that that moth killed me like 8 times or something like that. It's ridiculous. Oh, by the way, I can't remember if I told you guys, but Chromatocraft and Rotary Craft, I tried adding those to the pack. Not really having a whole lot of luck at the moment. They're crashing with the pack. So I'm going to have to do some playing around, see what I can figure out for those. May end up adding them. We'll see as time goes on. Specifically Chromatocraft, I don't mind adding it a little into the pack, but I can't add it like super late into the pack just because of the nature of that mod. So we'll see. We'll kind of play it by ear, but I have been trying to add them into the pack anyways. Alright, so gold, let's get... There's 1, 2, 3 gears. And I'm going to do a bunch of mining between this episode and next. Like, it was funny because I did a bit of mining between episodes, and I was like, oh, well, this will probably be enough for what we're going to cover in the next episode. No, not even, you know. We're running out of gold, we're running out of lead, we're running out of all this different stuff. I'm good on iron, but that's about it. How much lapis do we have at the moment? 99 out of 450. Okay, there's our 3 conductance coils, right? Oh, I made... it's electrum. These are the electrum gears, not... Oh, man. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I've got enough electrum in there for 2 gears, so I'll just get a little bit more electrum smelting up. And, I mean, I guess we got these if we need them a little bit later on, which we probably will, so it's not a major loss. Okay, there is our conductance coils, and then... Didn't I have copper gears already made, or did I not? Okay, I didn't pour those out yet. But at least we've got the majority of this stuff done. And there is our leadstone energy cell. Woot. And now to actually upgrade this thing to the basic capacitor bank, we're going to need 4 Invar and 4 basic capacitors. It's just gold nuggets and redstone. Do I have any gold cooked up? Looks like no. Okay, we've got the Invar that we need, though. And then we just need copper. So let me get that. Let's go ahead and pour out a block of that gold. There's our gold nuggets. And then we should be able to get our capacitors. Basic capacitor bank, basic capacitors. There's 4 of those. And then... Well, what was that I just... Oh, that was... Creative capacitor bank is craftable, but you need ultra dense netherite blocks. Out the wazoo. Then you need fire crystals, eternal stones, ultra compressed capacitor. What? What is this craziness? Speaking of, what does it take to make octadic capacitors? No, they're standard. Interesting. And double layer is pretty well standard as well. Okay. And then it looks like vibrant capacitor banks, you have to tier them up from basic. So, interesting. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and get our basic capacitor bank. Okay, probably didn't shift click in because of the leadstone energy cell, but that's fine. Alright, so there we go. And we'll just set this thing up, I guess. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up the Starling generator, I guess. I love early game RF setups because they're just messy as can be. And we'll put the Starling generator for right now. We're going to put it right down there. And we'll throw in our coal. And then it's starting to feed into this basic capacitor bank. And then that's feeding out then to the induction smelter, the pulverizer, the redstone furnace, magma crucible, and fluid transposer. Woot. Which the magma crucible has 400,000 RF storage. So that's what's taking so long to fill up at the moment. Okay, well that's steadily filling up with power. Next episode I think we'll get into a bit more power stuff. Because I know they're wanting us to get into... Oh, we finished this quest. And I think we're going to go with a fluid trash can. I've never really found much use in an energy trash can on occasion, but it's very, very rare. And then the capacitor, they're going to give us a wooden spike. But I know next episode, we might start some of this big reactor stuff. We're going to have to get into dark steel and everything. It's going to be expensive. Very, very expensive. But I know in the achievement book, I mean, that's the next kind of goal they have us going into is alloy smelter, sag mill, and then start big reactors. And then start vanilla farms. So I'm probably going to try to find a location that we're going to call more permanent home between this episode and next. And I'm going to do a bunch of mining. Like a bunch of mining, I imagine. Now, one thing I would like to make before we end out the episode is if we take a look over here, Bestiary, I would like to get this. Okay, this is for adding creatures to our Bestiary for Lycanites mobs. And that's what I wanted that diamond for. Now, I'm going to need just a little bit of gold, like 4 pieces. So let me just smelt up one of these gears, and we'll turn it back into gold. And then we're going to need 4 bones. And I do happen to have some. Because I feel like this whole tab right here, pets, mounts, minions, familiars, I think a lot of times that's overlooked with Lycanites. And that's, I mean, to me, that's what adds a lot to Lycanites. And then also, like, the tameable creatures and, like, basically additional farm type creatures that you can have. I mean, there's so much to Lycanites that, you know, aside from just adding a bunch of hard mobs, there's so much. There really, really is. So that's kind of my goal is, you know, with this is to add Lycanites and to have it for the added difficulty and everything and the added, like, life that it breathes into a world. But then in addition, I want to do this kind of stuff with it and start getting into this stuff a bit. But for this, there is our Soul Gazer. It says use it on a creature to add it to the Bestiary. To open your Bestiary, either click on the Bestiary tab of your survival inventory or press the Bestiary key to do that. So, let's look outside. Do we have any mobs that we could grab for the Bestiary? So I want to show you guys how that works. And there's something that we're just kind of work on as we go, as we encounter Lycanites mobs and whatnot. I tell you what I could probably find is an ant. And I don't think you guys have seen an ant. That's like one of the creatures that I've actually killed. You guys have not seen this episode. So let me get just an axe. And I've discovered that in this pack you can't really have too much wood, so it's not really a problem to gather up a little bit more wood here. Okay, iron axes only work twice. They only have a durability of 1. I'm going to make some Tinker's axes possibly next episode. But for right now I'm just going to make stone axe. That should be enough that we can get an ant to spawn. Oh, there we go. There we go. And we can just right click him with that. And that's a kobold. And they steal like everything, by the way. Let's see, where's my oh, my backpack's still put up, isn't it? That's fine. I'll just do that. Kobolds, they'll steal items on the ground. They'll steal... I can't remember if they... I don't think they steal items out of your inventory. I don't think they do. But they are like little thieves. There's an Enderman, but I really don't feel comfortable fighting him right now. It's so weird seeing zombie brains drop. Like, it's been so long, Thaumcraft. It's been so long, old friend. I was hoping I could get an ant to spawn. Normally, they're not this bad. I mean, the ants and Geonox, it both comes down to RNG for those, so... Oh. There we go. That actually came from the Nether. Belfs do. That's one of the creatures that can spawn up and come out of your Nether portal. That's why I tried to put it down there, hoping that they wouldn't come up. But, seems they still want to play with me. Another axe. I'm trying to get an ant. And then I'll show you guys that Bestiary tab. Because, you know, we've actually got kobolds, we got belfs, and we have... Hopefully we'll get ants in that as well. But belfs, they shoot fireballs. So, that's one of their one of their qualities. And they tend to swarm you actually pretty bad. If you leave your nether portal like near you, they will actually swarm it a bit. There's a Lycanites mob over there. If I recall, those aren't actually aggressive though. Like, they're like these big like lizard creatures with like scythes for arms. I think they're one of the ones that aren't like naturally aggressive. Okay, maybe I can't get an ant to spawn. Maybe next time. Which, it's fine. I mean, anytime you chop down a tree, there's a chance for an ant to spawn. So you guys will see one at some point. But, oh, maybe these guys are aggressive. And it's a golden one. Basically, these ones that are named like this. Oh, these things have such high defense. There we go. Oh, it's because he was blocking. That's what it was. I forgot those guys actually block. Like, when they put their arms down like that, they take no damage. Because they're blocking attacks. No, don't knock me down. Don't knock me down. Into the water you go, I guess. Oh, I really don't want to have to fight him in the water, though. No, I'm not jumping down there. There's all those guys. Okay, well, we're going to leave him alone. We have effectively not killed one yet. Alright, but let's head back to the base, and I'll show you the Bestiary, which is actually really useful, especially if you're new to Lycanites, and you're kind of learning the mobs as you go and stuff. And in my case, I mean, I know most of the mobs. I'm familiar with most of them, but there are a fair number of them that I've never encountered before because they've been added since the last time I've used Lycanites. Or some of them I've just forgotten, you know. But what we can do is we can open up this, open up Bestiary, and you can see there's different tabs here. Plains creatures, for example. We've encountered kobolds and zoatars. Zoatars? It says these animals thrive in the lush flatlands and traverse fields of green with ease. And then you can click on them and kind of see like a little creature, and you can see, I believe this is difficulty, I think, is what that denotes, but small rodents that can't resist stealing items. Killing them will cause them to drop their items. They usually flee from other creatures, but are known to attack people who are low on health. And then zoators, fierce beasts with hardened bone shields. They're known to take a defensive stance during combat and block a lot of damage. It's best to back off until they stop blocking before striking again. And then Belfs, wicked natives to the nether. Belfs take pleasure hurling fiery projectiles. And we can kind of just find out more about each mob with that Bestiary feature. And then, of course, if we open up the achievements for Lycanites mobs, each creature has like a slay, like kill them, and also add them to your Bestiary. And then a lot of them have like summon, tame, for the different features. Like, for example, the wargs, tame a warg, that actually works as a mount. And the Ventoraptor works as a mount. Anything that's tame, generally that's going to be a mount. Summon, these are summon creatures that you can call into battle to help you. But we'll get into all that a bit later on. So, okay, so this is where I'm kind of picking back up with the recording after, you know, having done some off-camera work for a bit. I did do a bit of mining. This chest is about full of just assorted stuff. The smeltery is now emptied. It's emptied out, so we may start making seared bricks in this, possibly. I've also sorted through and got all the plants and all the blocks kind of put into here, and also some food items, steak and apples, like basically prepared foods I've put into here. And sorted out these and whatnot. Also in the Bestiary, we've got a few more things. First up, we have Saphignus. It says large fish that live in lava. Saphignus can be farmed using coal or charcoal. And then Afrit, wicked fire imps normally found bathing in lava. They throw balls of scorch fire, which ignites and applies penetration. Can be tamed, making great pets. The shadow creatures, I have the Geist, which for some reason is super small on here, which he's actually about a Minecraft character size. But it says Geists are opportunistic creatures that deform and climb into undead life forms and feed off whatever their host is capable of killing. When their host dies, Geists leap out and reform for a surprise attack. This actually jumped out of a zombie. when I came across it. Then we have the shade. I don't know why these ones are so small. I have no clue. The shade, wicked embodiments of deadly shadow magic. Shades are large, fast, and deadly. Their attacks drain a bit of health, and they have a horrific howl, sending all that oppose them running in fear. These are actually really, really big. I think they're like 3 high, and they actually drop ender pearls as well. I actually got 4 ender pearls from a single one earlier. And then we have the chupacabra. Dreadful creatures that lurk within the darkest caverns beneath the earth. Their insatiable hunger for flesh can be used to manipulate and farm them. Their bite is not only fatal, but heals them. And you can actually see, for some reason, the chupacabra is actually the smallest of all 3 of these creatures, and he's the largest in the book, for some reason. Oh, strange. And then freshwater, we found the zephyr. It was actually underground, which is really weird, because normally you find them around rivers, but it was raining above ground, so I guess that's why. But it says fierce storm elementals usually found during heavy rain, and especially during thunderstorms. Beware, as they will shock any foe close to them. And that's the creatures that I came across, and I died a couple times, and came across some divine RPG creatures. I found the big cyclops that's underground, and which I'm sure we'll run into them again. And I've been running into a ton of the eyes. They are like all over the mines down there. Also, I did a bit of thinking, and I can't actually take credit for this, because earlier I was watching some videos, and I basically made my way over to Harukane's channel, and discovered that they had videos posted. They're from a few years back, but one was a server tour, and I watched the video, and it was a really, really cool build they were showing off and everything, and then a little bit after, I hopped on to Divine Journey, and I was trying to figure out, like, what kind of a build do I want to do in this series and stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I think it'd be cool to, like, build on the mountains and have, like, kind of a build that kind of scales across the mountains and whatnot. And I was like, oh, yeah, I like that idea. I think I'm going to do that. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's, like, the exact same thing that I just watched. So kind of my inspiration. So a big thank you to Harukane for giving me some inspiration for this series as to what I think I'm going to do. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same thing. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of where the idea came from, I think. Like, because it was shortly after watching that video. So, very, very good stuff. But what I'm thinking is we are going to have a build that basically there's nothing that's going to be low to the ground. Okay, it's going to be all up on top of these mountains. Okay, so for example, I'm thinking right here is kind of going to be our starting point, and we're going to do like a mine off in this. And there's actually a thing here. I haven't checked it out as of yet. But then what we'll do is we'll do big bridges that connect over to the other mountaintops that kind of span this area. And we'll just kind of like just start building off, like just connecting to whatever mountains we connect to, and I think it'll be a bit of fun. Like do these like large scale bridges and do a lot of I don't know, like separate builds that all connect together and form like a mountaintop like town sort of thing. And then of course we'll put stairs and all of that good stuff. And there's actually a really cool mountain, it looks like, off over there. I can't really see it in great detail at the moment, but if we climb like way up here, you can see, I mean, there's a big mountain right there, and there's mountains off in that direction. I mean, there's mountains everywhere, because of course with Amplified, there's just mountains for days. So I think that would be kind of a fun build to do in this series, especially, with the Amplified theme and everything. I think it'll be a bit of fun, personally. So anyways, let's go check out this pixie thing. Let's go check this out, because I am quite curious. Now, we have to be kind of careful, because pixies can spawn. What do we got here? A snow globe used to light the portal to Icica. The portal is built in a nether portal shape using snow blocks. Alternatively, you can use a twilight cloak to light the portal. Aha! Now I got some iron, conduit probe. We have a division sigil. It's got a full explanation of the pseudo-inversion sigil ritual there. A V-stone, unknown dimlets, mender pearls, dark steel. Actually, that is nice. Okay. Well, we are going to take that, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the chest too, just because I hate making chests. Even though they're at the point now where they're not all that expensive. Hey, what's back here? This could be a cool mine entrance. Oh no, it's just a drop to death. Hey! These guys are dangerous in situations like this, because they will pick you up and they will carry you away. Like, I'm not even joking. They will pick you up and they will just carry you away. There we go. Get you some of that. Okay. That's going to be one thing about living up, like, on the mountains, like, you know, in, if you recall in Craft of the Titans, when we moved up into the sky, like, we really were never bothered by anything. However, with Lycanites in the pack, we will be bothered by things. Like, there's birds and there's, like, flying demons and all that stuff within the pack. Also, Kyoto brought up a really good point, a really good suggestion on the last video that I hadn't thought about it. Because I don't normally turn off mob griefing, right? Normally, if Creeper blows up my house, okay, I'll rebuild it. But with the invasions, you know, it was kind of a concern because there are demons that will literally just blow up your house. Like, they're really bad news, and, you know, they're in the pack. And, you know, normally they spawn just in the nether, but, you know, I was considering turning off invasions because of that, and yada yada. And Kyoto suggested that I just turn mob griefing off. So, that's what I did. I turned it off. So, that shouldn't be a concern moving forward. We can keep the invasions, and we can still have the ability to actually build and not have everything just blown up, you know. So anyways, today we're going to be picking back up where we left off. We're going to continue working through tech. Now, I will say after this episode, I'm going to start moving things kind of up. You know, I'm not going to do that on camera because that's terribly boring. But I am going to start moving things up the mountain, and I'm going to start digging out the mine. Because naturally, the first thing that we're going to need is a mine. And I'm going to do a legit mine, not like this little dinky thing. I'm going to have a legit mine with, you know, the decorative side of the mine that this doesn't really... this doesn't really do, this one wide opening and everything that goes down. Okay, we actually have a pinky that just came out of the nether portal, by the way. Ah, it's a scarlet one, too. Oh, this is bad. As you can tell. Ah, oh! No! You die! You die! Okay, there we go. Okay, there's my grave. We got the Pinky Buster achievement. Ah. Okay. Okay. I was just heading down there and, yeah. He just popped out. This is another food that's actually pretty good. I mean, realistically, we could probably survive on Lycanite's food a bit. But let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Pinky, it's actually a 4-star difficulty. A gluttonous beast that especially love to devour live cows, pigs, and sheep. It can be farmed and bred using live animals. Good luck luring them. Baby pinkies can be tamed, and when matured, can be used as battle mounts. Those are actually really, really cool mobs as well. Like, to actually use, you know, for farming and for riding around. Oh, there's another one! Are you serious? Well, this one's not a super rarity, though, so... I can actually kill him. It'd take about half my life, but I know it was brought up in the comments, and it is a fact that the armor in this pack, like the vanilla armor, is debuffed a bit. Whoa!
Cinderfall, prepare to burn.
Okay. So... we are being spawn camped by pinkies. Tell you what, I'm going to hang my sword right here, and I'm going to step through and just have a look. See if I can maybe get in there without just, like, insta-dying. There we go. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to block that way off, because I don't want that little spider coming over here, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, no. No. There we go. I got all my stuff back. Haha. Okay, so I'm not... I don't know. I don't know if I want to go back in there or not, to be perfectly honest. Lycanites, honestly, the Nether is the place that gets hit the hardest by Lycanites. Like, Lycanites just wrecks the Nether. Like, it's so difficult. And I will say I did tweak the mobs just very slightly. There's one of those little spiders. A trite. There we go. They're basically like little... They remind me of like little clockwork spiders almost. It's what was over here. Yeah, right over there. Let me seal this back up real quick. Anyways, that right over there is a trite. And we just researched it. And they're really, really weak. They're like one-shots, but... if we take a look here... The trite, small and fast spider-like creatures with a vicious bite that will cause wither. So fun stuff. Okay, so the reason I wanted to come to the Nether right now is because in order to dig out the mine, I'm going to want a hammer. Alright? And I know we're kind of detouring off from the... Ooh, I'm going to take all this Nether gold ore. We're going to detour just slightly away from the RF power stuff and just try to get a hammer. You know, that would be nice for digging out the mine and everything. This is actually scary. Yeah, there's already cinder falls coming in. Oh man, there's some nasty, nasty characters in this place. I don't want to come out here. I lied. I don't even want to be out here at all. Okay, give me just a bit. I'm going to do a bit of mining. And I'll leave it recording. And if I come across anything interesting, I'll bring you guys back. But I'm just going to see if I can maybe come across a little bit of cobalt. So that's my goal. It's just cobalt. I don't need ardite. Hey, speak of the devil. Never mind. We have some. There's some. That's Lapis over there. I really need that actually for this pick. Oh, but I hear big monsters. Oh, yeah, I'm not going over there. Okay, I just wanted to research you. I just wanted to research you. I bet I could kill these guys. I'll probably die myself here. Okay. There we go. They're dead. But I still can't go out there because the lava thrower is right there. Oh, no. I do want to research that, though. There we go. Ah! Okay, those guys will explode, by the way. Those are exploding demons. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I know we're getting a lot of creatures, but... First up, the Nether Soul, demonic skull suspended by demonic flame that will charge into their target and will explode on death. They're very, very nasty. And then, Cinder, violent fire spirits. Cinders like to incinerate everything. Those big guys, by the way, they, no, I don't want you. Stop it. Anyways, those big guys actually throw lava. Like, legitimate balls of lava that will create lava. But anyways, I'm just going to kind of, like, hide inside of the netherrack a bit longer. I love how it keeps on, like... it keeps on wanting to send me, like, out. Oh! Found... Oh, whoops. Netherite ore. We're going to take that. Aha, I found some cobalt. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to go this way to get to it, though. Yeah. Oh, no! Those are the guys that... You'll actually get invasions, and they're terrible. Because they swarm you and explode. Is what they do. And I did see some more cobalt up here. I'm going to go ahead and try to go over there and mine that. It's like... around in this area. Right? Somewhere-ish? No, not even close. Because I guess we might as well make a cobalt pick while we're at it. Even though I've already dumped all that lapis onto this pick. I guess at the end of the day it's okay. Because, you know. Cobalt pick's going to be a longer standing pick, I think. Trying to just kind of block this off a little bit. So I can actually get out of here. Okay, we got nether copper ore. I thought this was kind of where the cobalt was, but... I'm not seeing it. I will say these little, like, caves are a little bit safer than being out in the open. Because those lava monsters are the main thing that you have to worry about. Because they will literally chuck lava at you, and you'll be stuck in the lava and die. Like, that's pretty much the name of the game. Okay, found the cobalt. Okay, I still need one more piece to make a pickaxe head, so I'm just going to do just a little bit more mining. Okay, just got back to the overworld. My pick broke, so I had to come back. But anyways, I got 7 pieces of cobalt ore, so I'm going to go ahead and get that smelting up. And then I'm going to get my pickaxe repaired. I was wanting to go back in there, because I'd like to get maybe one more piece of cobalt and maybe one piece of ardite. We might make a new sword too, because a new sword would definitely help. And something that's not just a standard vanilla sword. I tend to like the long swords personally. So I'm going to head back in, do a little bit more mining, and then I'll be right back. I figure now's the best time while the nether portal's cleared. And there's not mobs jumping me. Okay, found our very first piece of ardite. And really, one piece is all we really need at the moment. So I guess I'm going to head back to the overworld now, because I think we're set on mining. And I'm kind of ready to get out of here. This place is kind of scary, honestly. But I did find some good stuff. I did get a little bit of nether lapis ore. That's definitely going to help us get started on the pick, because, of course, we can pulverize that for 24 per ore. Oh, guess what I hear? I'll show you something spooky. Something very, very spooky. Oh, there's ardite right there. This creature right here. I'm going to try to tame it. There we go. Ah! Demonic overlords. The Astaroth. Can I kill it? Can I kill it? I can't remember. Does this thing burst into trites? Or does it summon trites? I can't remember. I tend to associate it with... Yeah, it bursts into trites. Okay. Couldn't remember. I know I always associate it with trites. And that would be why. Oh my gosh, they're just popping all over the place. Ah, and they have wither bite too, which is terrible. On its own. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to make a run for it, I guess. Come on, trite. There we go. Oh man, there's nether lapis. That's what I'm looking for, actually. Okay, I'm gonna go underground. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys that demon, because it's actually a pretty cool one. We'll look at the entry for it in a moment. Once we get to a little bit safer waters here. Oh, there's more ardite right there. Under the ground here. There's all that nether lapis. I knew I had to be getting close to it. Okay, we're actually right beside... That big lava guy burnt a lot of my lapis ore. I got a couple pieces of it. Ooh, we got blood gem. I got 3 nether lapis ore now in total. But he did burn up a lot of it. But I would like to scan him since we're right here. Because these guys are actually tough to scan. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Molten golem. Ah! Gah! No! Okay. Well, at least I'm not far from there. On the plus side. I'm going to have to get rid of that lava, though. See, that's the thing about when you go mining in the nether, especially when you have Lycanites. There's this factor that always comes into play for me. Like this greed factor. Where, like, I'm like, I need to go back. But I want to go just a little bit further because there's really good stuff around the corner. That's what I always tell myself. Then I end up dying, like, every time. Luckily, we have gravestones. Okay, back to my body. Looks like the lava, I might have cleaned it up in time. Just, I burned to death? I don't know. I have no clue. I swear, when I come to the nether with Lycanites, I think I spend the majority of my time on fire. It's terrible. Okay, but anyways, I'm going to head out because I literally have everything that I've come for. I need to get out, get a sword, and all that good stuff. Plus, we scanned some really tough to scan creatures, which is nice. Okay, we are home at long last. I'll tell you what, I'm going to block this off. I'm just going to remove it whenever I need to get in there. Because I don't want belfs walking around, because they'll actually... Well, mob griefing's not on. Well, I still think chests would burn, though. Okay, but anyways, we've got cobalt. I'm going to go ahead and throw the rest of that in there, and then one piece of this ardite I'm going to throw in there. And I actually need a bigger chest for ores now. And all this lapis, I'm going to go ahead and run it through the pulverizer, because we'll want it on our new pick. So, we'll get that pulverizing. This stuff is really, really nice, because, I mean, that's 24 lapis per piece. So, really, really good. Alright, now before we get to smelting, we've got a few bestiary entries. I just want to read through those really, really quick. First up, rock. Rocks fly high above the plains. They hunt small prey and players. Rocks will pick up their target with their tail claws up into the sky. And then next up we have the lobber. This is my most hated creature. Look at the difficulty. Like, he is probably the most terrible creature in the entire game. Large lava golems. Lobbers lurk within large lakes of lava and will throw lava at their target. And of course lava moves super fast in the nether, so it's just like death. It's just, every time they see you, just death. Next up we have the Astaroth, also a really high difficulty one. It says demonic masterminds composed of demonic redstone technology and large brains maintained by trite minions. If you manage to get past their rapid fire weapons and destroy them, all resident trites will crawl out and attack. Good. And I think, yeah, that's everything that we found so far. Crazy thing is we haven't even found like snow creatures, jungle creatures, like none of those yet. There's so many creatures in this mod. Okay, so moving on, let me go ahead, actually, I'm going to need aluminum brass in this. So I poured it all out, there we go, 5 casts, that should be enough. And I guess we're going to go with the pick first, because I've got a pick cast, right? Yes. Alright, let me go ahead and pull that up. We'll get our casting basin, throw that in there, and the pick head, we're going to make that out of cobalt. Of course, cobalt's the fastest, so I tend to like using it a bit for the head of the weapon, or the head of the tool. And then the binding, we're going to make that out of paper. And then for the tool rod, I think I'm going to go with... Honestly, I think I'm going to go with the reinforced 3. I do believe. So... yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So we shall go with that, and then let's put together this pick. And so this is going to be our replacement pick for the alumite one. There we go, reinforced, rideable. It has 4 modifiers, 640 durability, that's fine. We'll go ahead and snag that. And then for the first modifier that I want to put on it, I think I'm going to put a diamond on it. Because, of course, Tinker's Constructs was changed. You know, I tend to go with RF-based tools because I like being able to recharge them, at least long-term. I mean, right now... Well, actually, right now I have a way to charge it. I could use our basic capacitor. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of power generation just yet, but we'll get into big reactor soon, so... But either way, the amount that you can put on there is diamond... Okay, wait, where's my materials in me? I can't remember if it's diamond or emerald that gives the solid amount. Because one of them gives a percentage, and percentage wouldn't be good on this pick. And then one of them gives like a solid amount. Is it volume 2, modifiers? Okay, yeah. Diamond is the solid 500 extra durability. Emerald is 50% more durability. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure of. So I'm going to go ahead and put diamond on this, just for that extra durability, get it over 1,000. And that way we can put a better capacitor on it. And then next up, I'm going to go ahead and lock in lapis on it. We'll just throw all this lapis from the pulverizer onto it. And eventually I'll put lapis on the hammer as well, but I tend to go with the pick first and then the hammer once I have spare lapis. So... Or usually it's pick and then sword and then hammer is what I tend to do. But okay. We've got 72 lapis on there. Not quite enough to get Fortune 1 on it just yet. So I may keep the alumite pick on me just for the Fortune. Because I have Fortune 2 on that one. I have 171 lapis on it. Oh, I kind of regret spending that on it now. I didn't expect to get this that soon, honestly. But that's okay. Okay, and the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to make a tool forge, because I want a hammer. I do. Okay, so the tool forge... Oh, and they give us 2 diamonds for it, too. Just tool station, 3 seared bricks, and 4 blocks of iron. That's actually super easy. How did we just get the smeltery creator achievement? Maybe because I didn't open that book before? I don't know. I'm assuming that's why. Let's go ahead and steal this tool station, break my axe. Thank you. I knew that axe was like on the fritz for a while. Like it was just about done. And there's our tool forge. That actually completes a quest. We get 2 diamonds. Awesome. Good stuff. And then let's go ahead. Let me get some cobblestone here. And we are going to go ahead and make... We'll get our stone hammerhead. And I'm going to go ahead and cast that. Aluminum brass. There we go. And our hammer, I'm going to cast it out of cobalt. So I'll go ahead and pour that out. But I'd like to get especially like a shovel, a hammer. I don't know that I'll worry about the excavator just yet. The excavator is one I don't have the resources to make a cobalt excavator right now. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and throw in another piece of ardite because I think I'm going to make the rod out of manulin for this. Because I think, like, the pick, I'm going for more just fortune and precise mining. I don't want it super fast, because when you get a super fast pick, it's kind of hard to do things around your base sometimes. I mean, I will put some speed on it, but not just over-the-top crazy super speed. Whereas the hammer is going to be a bit more speed on it. So, I mean, I've still got plenty of modifiers for speed on this, but I want something that has, like, the long last... a bit of durability for RF charge and stuff like that on that. But let's go ahead and get our tough rod pattern. And the hammer, let me double check. It's been a little while. Okay, it's 2 tough plates. That's what I was thinking. But 1 tough rod and 2 tough plates. We'll go ahead and cast that. And there's that. And then let's go ahead and pour that, the manulin that we've got anyways. We're about to get a little bit more. And we'll go ahead and finish that off. And I'm going to throw that into there. And we'll get our manulin tough rod, our cobalt hammer, and these can actually go in our nifty little trash can. And then for the tough rods, or the plates, I mean, let me sleep real quick. Aha! Wonder why I couldn't sleep. I'm actually going to move my bed, because I keep getting monsters nearby. Oh, there's still... You again. Okay, I haven't actually scanned him, so let me scan him real quick. Death's Hand. I keep forgetting to scan him, because... Oh, there we go. There's a Geist. That is a Geist. They burst out of the bodies of dead... Basically, dead creatures. is the best way to put it. And they drop Geist liver... Very musky odor used to squeeze out a gout of shadow fire. Okay. Now can I sleep? Now it's daytime. Okay. Well, that's cool. I really hope I don't die because I've moved my bed and I don't have my spawn set. That would be bad. But I think we'll be okay. I'm just walking over here to the river. I'm going to go see if I can find some sugarcane. Because I still have yet to plant sugarcane. I should have done that. But it slipped my mind, and I'm going to need, haha, good. There we go. Haha. I was like, watch them kill me after I didn't set my spawn. That would be my luck today, I swear. Okay. I'm going to try to avoid fights right now. And actually, yeah, there's some fish over there. We're going to scan those as well. We're just Lycanites it up today. Lycaniting it up, I guess. Come here. Come here. Fish of Lapis. Yes, give me that Lapis. Alright, let's check our bestiary real quick. The Silex, beautiful fish with scales encrusted with lapis lazuli. Silex are known to eat the lapis off of each other's scales, as well as natural formations from rocks. If I recall correctly, you can actually farm them using lapis, I think. And then shadow creatures, we have the Phantom. Wrathful spirit elementals with a thirst for souls. Phantoms are attracted to death and sometimes mistake people who are asleep as dead. Their ranged attacks cause fear. And oftentimes they'll come out whenever you kill a creature as well. So, how much lapis? I got 8 pieces. These fish actually wouldn't be bad to farm, because they tend to spawn like pretty often, and I could actually build up a decent amount of lapis from these. Especially if I get a sword with fortune on it. Oh man, I got demons coming here. Luckily water kills them, as you can tell. Most of the nether mobs are weak to water, so... There we go. I'm actually going to clean up this lava like... Oh no! And you got to watch out because the lobber, if he throws lava, he can actually create stone over your head, and you won't be able to get out of the water. Oh, and it's a rare one too, of course. Oh man, I gotta retreat. I have to retreat. Yeah, I don't want any of that. So that's the thing, like the fish are semi... I'm not even going to say OP. I mean, they kind of are. But at the same time, if it wasn't for Lycanites being in the pack, I would be mining, like, crazy amounts of nether lapis right now. But fish are kind of my alternative to nether lapis at the moment. Okay, you know what? I didn't find much in the way of sugarcane. 3 pieces. But what I did realize, I was kind of derping. As per usual, if we take oak wood and we run it through the pulverizer, we get sawdust, which is as good as paper. Like, honestly, it's easier in our current situation than growing sugarcane, you know. But I will get that set up between episodes, so. Anyways, let's get ourselves just a bit of paper. I don't know where I got this piece of paper from. Unless maybe a mob dropped it or something. I don't know. How much do we need for a large plate cast? How much paper? More than what I've got. I mean, really, I'm going to have to get more here in a minute, you know, for other stuff. But there we go. Paper large plate. Woot. And I'm going to go ahead and start putting this stuff into here. We've got the hammerhead, the tool rod, the large plate, and then I need one other large plate. And I think we'll go with an infinity large plate. It's nothing. And I guess the other one, I'm just going to do netherrack so we get stone bound. That seems reasonable, you know. That seems like a good enough idea. So there we go. There's that. And then we'll get our hammer. Our cobalt hammer, durability 7,200. That's great. That way I don't have to waste any modifiers on buffing up the durability. Mining speed's kind of low, but I'll throw on a bunch of redstone. That's great. Okay. So there we go. And then I'd also like to get a sword, right? I mean, I'd also like to get a shovel, but I'm running out of materials. I don't know. I might be able to pull that off, actually. Okay, so let's get ourselves a sword blade and tool rod. I'm going to do... Okay, the sword blade, let's go ahead and cast it. And I'm going to make that out of manulin, our last piece of manulin. Because, of course, manulin has the highest attack damage. And then the... Let's see, the long sword... I would really like to have cactus. But I'm nowhere near a desert from what I can tell. So I'm not going to be looking for cactus. I miss like the bone having that effect in like 1.10. So I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to make the tool rod out of cobalt. Just so we get reinforced too, and it's a decent durability. I think that'll be okay. I mean, at the end of the day, this stuff's all like... This isn't like super long term. This is just kind of a temporary bunch of stuff because eventually I'm going to want to use magic tools, you know, preferably. Alright, so the long sword, that's a little curved. I can never remember which, even though I always go with the long sword, I can never remember which guard it is. Alright, so longsword. There we go. And we can finally get rid of this thing. So this is 4 hearts of damage compared to our 7 melee. It's a little bit stronger than our iron sword then. Because I believe the iron sword, that's 7 damage, and this is 8 damage. So, I think that's what the melee... I don't know. I'm not used to having the melee damage, so I think that's what it translates to, basically. And then, how much... Yeah, I've got the stuff. I'm going to go ahead and make a shovel. Just a standard shovel for right now. So we just need a tool rod and a head. So let's go with... let me get just a cobble shovel. I'm going to do a cobalt shovel head. Not really sure how I ended up with like random nuggets of cobalt. I have no clue. And then the rod, I think I'm just going to make it out of... I'm out of manulin, which is preferable. So I'll tell you what, and it actually, it's not really a big deal, I guess, what I make it out of. So I'm going to go with... I mean, I guess really... Let me say something. I might actually go for the mattock. Honestly. Yeah, I don't know why I would get a shovel instead of a mattock. So scratch that. We're going to go for the mattock. So I'm going to cook up one more piece of ardite. And that way we have enough... I can actually get rid of this alumite pick. Because we have enough lapis now. But I'm going to get one more piece of manulin. And that way I can make the one of the pieces out of manulin. Okay, so we got fortune 2 on this one now. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay, manulin, and let's get... Oh, I'm actually going to need the axe head, right? So let me make an axe head pattern. Or an axe head cobalt thing. I'm at the point now, I have aluminum and copper. I mean, I can make more aluminum brass whenever I need it. I may actually make the rest of the casts between episodes. I don't know for sure, but... we'll do this out of manulin. That seems like a fine idea. I mean, it's not like this piece, this tool matters all that much. Plus, I can just dump speed on it. I used to min-max my stuff with Tinker's Constructs, but now I'm just like, we'll go with this. Because I don't plan on using it forever. I've played too many times just rocking Tinker's crossbows and swords and all that for like the entire game, and I just got bored of it after a while. I was like, okay, I'm going to use probably a bit of Thaumcraft and stuff in this pack. Okay, so our mattock. There we go. That sounds good. It's got 1200 durability. Great. Mining speed's 9 and 14. That's fine. That's a 9 at cutting wood, a 14 at digging. That's fine. I guess I could have done a manulin tool rod and then done cobalt on both pieces of the top, but I'm happy with that. It's still a whole lot better than the axe I was rocking before, right? So now if we come out here and we cut down a tree, it's quite a bit faster. And I mean, I can throw redstone on this too, so, you know, that's an option. I'll tell you what, we've actually got all this redstone, so I am going to just craft some of these up into blocks real quick. And I think the priority at the moment is this hammer. Honestly. So we'll go ahead and put a bit of haste on that. I miss 1.10 Tinker's Constructs in situations like this where I have to actually count out the redstone and get it just right and all that. Okay, I'm going to do one more level of redstone on it. Because, I mean, it's getting up to a decent mining speed at the moment. We'll make it better later on. And then I'm going to put some haste on this. Okay, so now that's 1419. This is 11.06. We'll test it out real quick. I know we're getting close to wrapping up point, but I am happy because we've got a bit of stuff done in the nether this episode, which is, that's just great. Having our big, like, mining tools already. The last thing that I want to add to anything is I want to add a bit of nether quartz to our sword. So as of right now, our sword has 4 modifiers, and so we're just going to dump as much quartz on this thing as we can. Try to get at least a decent amount of damage on this thing, because I mean the mobs are just so stout in this pack. Like, we need some better damage on it. Okay, so right now it's 7 hearts of damage. That's a whole lot better than what we were using before. 14 attack damage, so it's like double what we were using before, I think. And of course the longsword, you can do that. I miss the slime boots though right now, I guess. Alright, so let's go test out the hammer just really quick and see how fast it mines and all that good stuff. And then I know next episode we'll probably try to get RF power on these. I mean, it's not too bad for a 3x3, I don't feel like. Yeah, I'll take it. It'll definitely make digging that mine out a whole lot easier, because I'm not planning on doing a one wide mine and all that mess. I mean, I'm planning on doing an actual mine, probably like 5 wide. It's kind of what I'm thinking, like the steps going down, like a big mine, and then we'll add rail carts and stuff later on. That'll take us up and down. Speaking of, is Railcraft in this pack? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, that's going to be a little bit more tricky, but we can still do it with vanilla, so. But anyways, I know it's wrapping up points, so with that, I am going to end out the episode here. Next episode, when we come back, we are going to pick back up with the quest book. I know we kind of took a... Oh, what do we got here? Farming. A Maddock. Oh, okay. We got 4 cookies. Awesome. I know we kind of took like a little bit of a detour from the quest book today, but I mean, it's kind of stuff that we need, honestly. And I will say that the achievement book... Oh, this is for finding a nether fortress, getting blaze rods, wither skeleton skulls. We don't have that, but... And we don't have beheading... I'm going to wait, because I haven't made a cleaver and I haven't made a crossbow. That is one thing, whenever I went to the nether, I totally forgot my bow. I forgot to take that with me. But that's okay. All's well that ends well. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay up to date with when new videos come out. And I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I'm having a blast, and having Lycanites in there. Also, I did have a suggestion / request about adding Eternal Isles to the pack, which is basically a lot like Divine RPG, with a bunch of dimensions and stuff. I'm going to try to add that to the pack. I'm going to add that to the list of mods I'm trying to get into the pack. So I'll do some work and see if I can get that in there, because if so, I mean, that adds another... I don't know, like 7 other dimensions or something. Like, we'll just go dimension crazy in this series. Like, dimensions for days. Between, like, Thaumcraft, Witchery, Runic Dungeons, Divine RPG, if we get Eternal Isles, all this different stuff. It's going to be crazy. So anyways, I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys next time.